What's up, guys? Through the Vine TV, Electric Zoo here with Porter Robinson. Just had an amazing set and killed it. How does it feel? I mean, the set was amazing. Actually, I think you had the biggest crowd out of anybody there. I don't think a lot of people know. You're only 19 years old. How does it feel to be in the whole mix? You're 19 years old. It's amazing.
You know what? It creates a sort of interesting dynamic because, you know, I'm 19 and you would expect that there's a lot of things that would come along with that. You know, people would see me as a gimmick or wouldn't take me seriously, or industry veterans might, you know, look down on me, but I haven't experienced much of that at all. I think I've had a career that has been, for the most part, based on merit and going out and like working hard and trying to do the best I can for all my sets. So I mean, I think it's less influential than you'd think. But that said, I still think it resonates with people, and so I still tout it. You know, I still like on my biography, it's like at the young age of 19 years old, Porter Robinson, blah blah blah. You know what I'm saying? So it's.
Now, I thought I saw something where it said you've been producing for a while, but you haven't really been DJing for that long. Is that true?
That's exactly right. I've been producing for about 6 years, since I was 12. 7 now, 7 years.
Amazing.
But I've only been DJing for about a year now, because coming from North Carolina, in like a more rural part of North Carolina, there were no clubs, there were no DJs really, so I had to get into the whole scene through the internet and by, you know, buying and downloading electronic music, and that's how I sort of came into the scene. So I never saw a DJ. I never thought I would need to know how to DJ, so I was making all these tunes and putting them out online. And
somebody's gonna pick them up or something.
Yeah, and then one of them did really well on this website for DJs called Beatport.com.
Yeah.
It got to #1 on their electro charts. And,
Say my name, right?
Yeah, exactly. Say my name. And then the booking requests started rolling in, and so I had to learn how to DJ. I was like, okay. I had a massive challenge for me, and I was still in high school at the time too, so that was
Which I was going to ask you, how did that come? I mean, you've been producing, obviously, and they kind of go hand in hand. So, learning how to DJ, was that like kind of an easy thing, like a, you know, easy learning curve for you?
I think so, yeah. I think having experience musically was totally helpful. Like, the basics of DJing are, I think, very simple for an experienced musician to pick up. Like, you start at the beginning of a phrase, and then, again, there's very technical knowledge that you pick up from producing that helps DJing as well. For example, there's one very simple trick. When you're mixing two songs together, you generally want to cut out the bass from one of the songs, get rid of the bass in one of the songs, because if you don't do that, it creates this thing called phase cancellation. That's something you learn as a producer. So I'd say being a musician was wildly helpful in learning to DJ. Yeah, it was crucial.
You've played a ton of huge shows. You did Ultra. I think you did 3 cities for Electric Daisy. 3 cities Electric Daisy. When you did South by Southwest.
Yeah.
How does the Zoo, Electric Zoo, compare to all that?
I would say that Electric Zoo is. I mean, I absolutely love it. I'm trying to think of what to compare it to. It reminds me of. I think the festival that I would compare it to most would probably be EDC Orlando. Like the sort of the layout and the stages and how loud everything is and the size of the crowd. It reminds me of EDC Orlando. And of course, that crowd I just played to is absolutely fantastic. They were ready to have a great time. Super hot out and super like sweaty, like sort of ragey. Yeah, exactly. Great crowd. The system sounded great, and my #1 thing as a DJ, my absolute like biggest nitpicky thing is I absolutely love it when before all the DJs play, they give you a separate table to pre-set up all your equipment on,
right?
And so that when you go up and you want to play, you can just start immediately. Whereas at some festivals, you have to move one DJ's equipment out of the way and put yours in instead of just rolling in these tables, and it kills the excitement and it kills your confidence. So they did that here. They did it the right way here, which is awesome.
I actually saw, I think I saw one of the interviews where you switched out, you said you like Tractor because now it has its own sound card, and you could almost just, you know, you plug it right in, you're ready to go, boom. You got a lot of things coming up. I think you're on Tiesto. You're doing a couple of dates with Tiesto's Home Invasion. Huge. You got your new track coming out. It didn't come out yet, right? It's Skrillex label. It's coming out. Spitfire, right?
It's actually not only a track. It's a whole EP. We have 11 songs on there. We have 6 songs of mine, 6 completely new songs, and then 5 remixes.
Awesome.
I mean, I don't want to be cocky and like tout my own songs, but I will say that the remixes are amazing.
Who's had some of the remixes?
I think it's still under wraps for now.
Okay.
I have to be that way. It's still under wraps for now, but they're really, really impressive.
What else can we look forward to from the rest of the day? I mean, because to be honest with you, dude, you're 19, and I was getting ready for the interview. I saw a ton of tracks. Awesome. Say My Name's awesome. The Wildcat, I love the Wildcat remix. You know, what else can we expect from you in the years to come?
You know, it's hard to say. I'm trying to play it by ear. I want to keep my ear to the ground and be attentive to what's working. But in the same way, you know, on the other hand, I want to innovate. Like, so I want to stay modern, and I want to have a sort of
Up-to-date, like,
oh yeah, I want to be up to date. Yeah, I want to be relevant, but on the other hand, I want to push the envelope too. I mean, I think that's a pretty common goal, but I'm willing to really, like, you know, bust my ass.
Yeah, right. And you always want to
make
do
it
something that's unheard of, and you know what I mean, to do, and especially you express yourself as an artist.
Yeah, exactly. You want it to be like just remotely familiar. You want it to be just a little bit. Hey, I like I know this,
right.
you know.
Now, being from North Carolina, a lot of these other DJs from all over the world. Being from North Carolina, how do you feel about the house music scene in the U.S.? In the past couple years, it's gotten huge. I love it, a huge house music fan. And what do you think? Where it's come, where it's going? What are your thoughts on it?
My impression of the house music scene is basically that I think before house music was very vibey, it was sort of like 9-10 hour sets and just you groove and you chill and like more like techno, tech house and progressive house and stuff like that. And I think now it's sort of oriented to more like a rock show, like a absolutely lose your mind, go crazy and freak out. However long that'll last, I don't know, but that's been the trend, and so that's where I see it going. I see it going more in a high energy direction.
Yeah, I hope it continues. I hope it continues to that. Dude, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Your set.